military person, competing. Yeah. I think at the time you were the only American competing in that race in Russia, right?
I was the only U.S. competitor. So when they were like USA's here, it was me, man. So it was pretty unique. Times were a little bit different then, and I'm joking, obviously, but no, yeah. So,
and I don't mean to allude to the fact that Jordan might be or might not be a spy or anything.
No. So I actually had somebody tell me before I went there, a really good friend of mine. It was pretty interesting. He's in law enforcement, but he basically said you may be approached when you get there. Like you may have somebody might come up to you and ask you some questions. Nothing serious. Don't be alarmed. But they may be monitoring you. And I was just really alarmed by that. But nothing strange happened. It was a great experience. There was everything was completely fine. But yeah, that kind of threw me off. I was like, well, luckily, like I said, it was a great experience, and usually it is. That's what's the beautiful thing about these races is you're so welcomed and so taken care of, and that's what we want to do. For our event coming up is really just roll out the red carpet and make every racer coming from all over the world feel comfortable and have a great time. Show them a world class event along with the spectators. But yeah, basically, we're proud. Jet Surf Houston is basically proud to announce and launch the MotoSurf Texas Cup race. Our first one will be at Moody Gardens, May 13th to the 15th. And then we'll move venues, other locations in Houston, and then next year we'll branch out to other cities in Texas, and eventually, there'll be races, across the U.S. and maybe not. I may not be running races globally by any means, but maybe North America, Canada, Mexico. We may have a Belize race, something like that. So definitely want to try to make it international and at least a Western Hemisphere type of deal at some point. Really, there's a lot of countries: Mexico, Colombia, Belize, Canada. I mean, just like the U.S., we have racers and people that are doing races and trying to get involved all over the place. So it's not just me, but I'm just one of the main guys here in Texas and the U.S. that's making it happen. But thank God there's other guys like me in other countries that are trying to grow this sport. And, so it's just been such an awesome experience, John. The whole racing thing has just been crazy.
Well, and it's just going to be cool to see Houston join all these other impressive,
such an international city.
Yeah, all these other cities like Dubai and Shanghai and Mexico City and just. It seems like, at some point, let's face it, you're not, at some point in the future, you're not a major city if you've not had a MotoSurf
I'm
Cup.
telling you, definitely.
Yeah, I think, obviously it's been pretty popular. There's been some races in Florida, Miami, right, Fort Lauderdale, or...
So, basically all they've done 2017 in September, November 2017, they did a race in Naples. And then in 2018, they did a Naples race and maybe an Orlando race, or maybe it was in 2019 that they did a race in Orlando. They've done 2 or 3 in Orlando, 2 at Naples, and I think that's it. They've done 4 or 5 races, in the U.S. But they've done, Mexico. They do a lot of races in Europe, Dubai, Russia. They've really been all over the world. The MotoSurf World Cup is really since 2013, 14, really been traveling and trying to get this thing going. That's been awesome. It basically, we're creating a professional racing series of, extreme sports athletes, jet surf racers, riders from, all over Texas and the U.S. It's a community and kind of a lifestyle, I'm in the business, like a lot of, people are that race. They have certain brands they sell and stuff, but it's really about the community lifestyle and the sport, at the end of the day. And that's what's super cool about jet surf.
Awesome. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a couple trophies on display here from some of those Florida races, right? Nice.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a wall of trophies here soon for, different racers that are, we develop here at our training center that we're going to be opening this year. And, hopefully, there's young kids coming into the sport that I can coach that, we can bring them into youth and hobby class that can win some trophies. And, we're just so excited. Hopefully I've got, a couple trophies left, in me. But,
you do, man.
Yeah, I think these young guys, I love getting them in and coaching them and driving them to do better. But yeah, hopefully, like you said, John, between, me and Alyssa and some of the people on the Jet Surf Houston racing team, and then just other teams in Texas that are involved with us at all, man. We want to drive them to succeed, and if they can travel and compete in some of these other competitions and races worldwide, we're behind them and want to help them succeed. So yeah, man, hopefully we can bring tons of trophies back here to Texas and Houston, man, and Jet Surf Houston be a huge part of it.
And grow the sport and make Texas a motor surf hotbed.
That's the goal, honestly. There's so much water here, and it's a water sport at the end of the day. As I've mentioned to y'all before, one of our biggest audiences is honestly, motocross guys. Right. And if you know anything about motocross in the state of Texas, there's a lot of it. There's tracks all over the place. There's communities and, again, lifestyle of racers, riders, families that compete just like jet ski racers. And you don't have to race at all to enjoy or be involved in jet surf. But what we're promoting, is a lot of it's the sport. And, so really, I mean, there's a lot of people that already have that racing mentality there, and they just want to compete in new activities. And so there's just a lot of crossing from the motor surf. There's a huge market for that in Texas already. And so, yeah, it's, I think once it starts to catch on with them, it's really going to blow up, and you'll start seeing, other races that I'm not even hosting or I'm not even a part of, just small local community stuff, practice races, guys that own private lakes will have their little track set up for training. And, I think you're really going to start to see it grow here soon.
Awesome. No, very exciting times. It's always awesome to see, a sport grow, and like we kind of have mentioned, over the time of this podcast, that motor surf's been around for a while. It's actually been bigger in Europe and Asia and the Middle East in certain areas, and it's kind of just now really blossoming in America, right?
Yeah. So we were really ramping up. And then COVID kind of slowed things down. As he mentioned, we've had a couple of hardships. I've been spearheading this since 2018, and we've tried to have multiple races. And these events aren't easy to plan. They cost a lot of money, and there's a lot of coordination. And whenever you're doing something that's never been done before, people aren't as open to the classic style things that they're used to seeing. And so we've really had to educate so many people and do a lot more work than some organizations or sports have to go through, because this is so new and different than what people are used to. And so it hasn't been easy. Just when things were really starting to ramp up, we had a race plan in 2020, and then COVID,
then the world changed.
Yeah, the world changed, So anyways, and we've tried to continue the energy and get things going even through COVID. But it turns out that, this is the right time for it to happen, here in May. And we've luckily got incredible partners. We're working with some huge sponsors, and Moody Gardens is the venue.
That's awesome.
Has been just a blessing, really working with us and open for this event. They're just so excited to have us there. Galveston Island and the board of trustees that runs the tourism and sports committees, and they're just so pleased. We were actually speaking with them this morning on a conference call. So everybody's involved. This isn't just me. We've been trying to do this for years, and there's a lot of key players involved in this. So
awesome.
Yeah, man. So we're excited to finally be able to announce this thing, and have people come from all over and race here in our backyard.
The timing's right, man.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Stars align.
I do feel like for the first time in a while, I'm very optimistic about how things are starting to go with COVID and the pandemic, right?
Absolutely.
So it's the sun's back out, man.
I know. Dude, I'm telling you, I think because it was sunny the last couple of days, you and me just something sparked and clicked with us, and here we are in the studio.
Right.
Man. So
it's time to get it back going. Yeah. And of course, as we talked about, even during the heart of COVID, water sports and getting outdoors and doing things on the water, that was always kind of even something you could do during COVID. But obviously, you couldn't have a major motor cup race, in the heart of COVID.
With spectators,
with people coming from all over the world.
So travel's the problem. All the travel restrictions. Since this is so international, there's not just people in Houston or Texas to make an event happen. They've got to come from all over. There's just not thousands of racers in Houston,
Right.
So
not yet.
Right. So that definitely was what stopped us, was those travel restrictions. And then just having a lot of people grouped together, even though it's outdoors. you're touching different things, and so it just didn't work until now. You know, but yeah, so we're ready to go. I think everyone's cleared and comfortable, and Moody's ready to open the gates again, and Galveston's has everything in place to have a safe summer, and so yeah, I think it's all lining up.
Excellent. Yeah, the time is right, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, so excited. Yeah, and that was a major announcement that we're really excited to bring tonight. Yeah.
No, it's huge.
Press release going out in the morning to all the media, but of course we had to be the first.
Yeah, no, so you will see, local news is going to be there, and if we can, get enough sponsorship money, like I said, these things aren't cheap. We're trying to bring in CBS Sports for national television coverage. So we're trying to get, a lot of different organizations involved to make this a successful event. And last but not least, we're officially donating. We're not a 501c or whatever. This is a race. It's not a charity event, but we are raising money for charity and donating all general and VIP ticket sales to military and police local charities for May Military Appreciation Month and National Police Week, May 11th to the 16th.
Awesome.
So we're hoping to raise $20,000 and give it to, Impact the Hero and some of the local charities, police organizations. Like I said, really try to go local Houston, local Texas. But, if we give to like Folds of Honor, Tunnel to Towers, we're open to lots of things. It all depends on how much we raise.
Sure.
We'll probably have like a survey for the major causes people like would prefer their money to go to, and we'll donate it, allocate it, how people kind of want it to go, the organizations that they're used to or that meet the 5-star ratings and stuff like that, But so we're super excited to be able to have an event and raise some money for military and police causes. This is not a for-profit event. We're just trying to bring the sport to Texas and do something really fun in Galveston and, promote the sport and the brand. And if we can, do something really cool for the community as well, like we've always been on board to do that. So that's definitely our goal, like I said, to bring some money together and give it back to the community.
And May's a great month to be in Galveston.
It is, yeah.
I mean, there's something about
our only
being
option,
on the island.
yeah.
No, it's a great time.
It is an awesome time. The water's smooth over there on that side of Offutt's Bayou. So we'll be right there in the cove at Moody Gardens. We literally signed the contract yesterday, so this is official. Yeah, and
nice.
So we're getting, now we're in the process of getting aerial, FAA clearance for drone footage because we're next to the airport, and starting to get media together, and like you said, coordinating news and trying to get our CBS Sports contract and Red Bull and different. So this is hopefully going to be quite the spectacle. So yeah, we just got to get people involved. But yeah,
very exciting.
Yeah, man. John will definitely be there.
I wouldn't miss it. Are you
hanging
kidding?
Out and we're gonna do the show. Obviously, I'm gonna be wearing a lot of hats.
Yeah, you are.
But I think I'll have a system in place to make it all work. Luckily, I have tons of friends and family and supporters that want to help and sponsors and volunteers that will have teams of people there. So. And then the city and Moody. So everybody's willing to like toss in to make this thing safe and, successful, fun. So, we'll have a huge staff and, this thing's going to be planned out to a T and, so it should be 3 days. That's what's cool about this. It's not just one day. If you can't make it on a Saturday, you can come on a Sunday. If you can't make it on Friday, Saturday, you can come in for maybe Friday night. So it's like a 2.5 day event, so you can come anytime and check it out. You can pop in and out. You can, come in for an hour, go grab some food, come back. You don't have to come in and stay, 10 hours. So we're really trying to just get as many people to come in and check it out as possible, and stay as long as they want to, and get that experience.
Very exciting. And are these I know the month's already lined up. Are there specific days lined up? Oh, yeah. Well, let's announce it now so people can start looking at their vacation rentals and all that, or book their hotel rooms.
Yes. So May 13th to the 15th is the official race date.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's official. It's locked in. We'll probably have like a race week prior to that, Monday through Thursday, just to practice and train and have people start coming in and, getting early registered and settled in for the race.